everybody, we got a short video here. We were outside and we've got it's about a 430 foot long zip line in the woods that we had built a few years ago. There's an oak disease going around. I think it affects the black oaks or red oaks. I'm not exactly sure. I have looked into it enough for tree service people to say there's really no way to save them and they don't know how to at this point. I'll show you the tree that died, but it's kind of unfortunate, but I want to get that cable down before that tree will end up falling out or tipping over by its roots. So I've got Peyton here today. She's been helping me this morning, and we've got the Vermeer. We're going to grab a couple come-alongs here. I've got a tool that will actually grab the cable and pull on it to pull the tension out of it. I'll show you what that looks like. We're going to need an impact and some pliers. I think that's all the tools we'll need. We're going to use the man basket on the Vermeer today, and we'll just hop up in there because the cable is elevated slightly. I don't know if it's 9 feet off the ground or 8 feet off the ground, but we'll get that unhooked, and then we're going to head off to the fair later on today. I want to get these over because our man basket requires the forks to be at their widest. So I just lift up a little pressure off this bar right here, and then I just pull over. That's about all there is to it. I was digging out some stumps with these forks, and I bent this bar a little bit, and so sometimes it's a little hard to move, but I don't think these couple inches will be that hard. So I just lift up a little bit, and then I just press. Come on. There it goes. All right. This basket is not something you can buy on the market. It's actually pretty heavy steel. I think this tubing is inch by inch. We kind of painted it Vermeer yellow, I think, just so it would kind of match. But we welded this chain on here because there needs to be some sort of a fastener to keep this thing from coming off if you have a person up in here. So we'll just attach this on here. I use these forks. I thought I could just tilt the forks down and push on a tree, and before I knew it, I had bent this top bar. It's definitely not made to be pressed on, so I'll pull the dent out of there. But these Bradco forks have been amazing. I do not like the ones that clip and latch every several inches or whatever. I love these ones that are on a bar. They allow you to actually tilt your forks down and slide into attachments much easier. I don't know, I just think they're 100% adjustable and just really, really nice. And again, I have used this one, but it really wasn't made for that, and it's held up well. I don't think it'd be anything to pull that out, but for now, I think we're set up. Okay, Peyton, you want to load the basket up? And then we'll take a trip out there and see if we can see that tree. Tree out there. It's extremely large, and it's actually beyond the dead leaves here. It's a little bit further back, if you can see the end of my finger. That's at the base of our tree house that we built a few summers ago, and that's the tree that's probably going to fall, so we want to get the cable off that. We'll drive in and get a little closer look. We got our tree house out here, and it's like camouflage metal. It's really cool. We'll take a tour of that another day. But this is that tree, and it looks like it's going to come basically straight down on us and land maybe on this path. We'll see how it goes. But that cable's on there, and it runs all the way out there. Is this just little staircase that comes up here. Got some sassafras trees kind of growing over this, which was always the plan. And then you can see this is just a small bridge that goes out to, and we put this netting on here because we've got little nephews and stuff like that. We don't want them to fall off this thing. It's pretty high. We've got that. Here's the cable. We've got a little cable that kind of anchors back that way, but this is the one I'm most worried about. And it runs. You can't really see, but that thing goes like a football field's length through those trees. And it's a fun ride. It's a good time. There's an opening here, but we have a safety net here. So if someone were to fall off of this, it overlaps probably about 3 feet to each side of this opening. But if someone falls, that'll actually catch you. All right, let's go to the other end and we'll get this thing taken down. This is the end of the zip line. We did everything. We kind of bought a kit. So we got these plastic blocks, I would call them, that go around the tree to protect it from the cables. So we've got this cable here. This is a safety cable. So you got your turnbuckle that tightens the cable, and then this is your safety cable. So if this turnbuckle or these threads were to strip or this were to break, it's just another layer of security. So that's been pretty good. We put some duct tape just around these loose ends. Boy, that's kind of disintegrated. But we'll get all this taken apart. We'll get these blocks down, and we'll get this thing loosened up. So the reason that we brought these come-alongs is so that we can actually grab this wire and pull some of the tension out of it, so we can actually loosen some of these. So that's what this tool is right here. This will actually grab the wire, and there's teeth on this. You can see that. There's little teeth on there, and that'll actually grab that wire, and the harder I pull, the tighter it'll grab, and it should pull the slack out of this line so that we can loosen these. Okay? So I think the first thing we'll do is we'll take this safety cable off, then we'll loosen the turnbuckle, and then we'll give it a good pull and loosen these holders here. Alright, this was the safety strap that was recommended. If you look from here, this is kind of the anchor around the tree, then your turnbuckle, and then it goes out into the cable. So now, maybe a little penetrating oil would have been wise. What do you think? I have something. I heard it long term, if we just kind of cinch to the tree, so I'm going to allow this to cinch up. It's right over the cable. And what will happen is this is going to grab the cable just like that. And we slide this hook down so that the cable doesn't fall out. Okay? To the cable, like that. And pull some of this. And if you watch down this line, you'll see how it'll kind of tighten up a little bit. Maybe you can see it. Okay, and if you look here, look how much slack is here. There we go. One more. Woo. Okay. So now all of the tension is on just these come-alongs here, okay? There is some tension on this. cable's down thanks to this little tool right here. That pulled really nicely. You can see where we had a bend in it. I'm going to tighten this come-along up. A little tension on these come-alongs keeps the cable nice and neat inside of this. So I'll back up just enough, get a little pressure on it, nothing big. We'll roll this up. This is a Klein tool, which I think a lot of electricians prefer. But this tool is made in the USA, and when you're pulling on it with this much tension, I wanted something a little bit more reliable. This shows that it'll pull, looks like it's got a 5,000 pound load, and my come-alongs are like 1 ton, so they're about 2,000. So this is a little bit overkill, but it did a really nice job. Made me feel good. There are some blocks here. Not blocks, but a block. This is where when you were coming in, you would actually hit this block and then stop yourself. I think what I'll do is just pull through this block for now. We'll take this block up with us. It's probably, I know I just tied it to a couple trees. We just bought some big heavy bungees. So I'll unhook from the trees and we'll take this up to the tree house. Then we'll go to the other end. We'll get that other end hooked up now that there's no pressure on it. Whew. Oh man, been playing on all these stickers. Okay. Now this guy has a little safety pin on it. You just rotate this little safety pin out of that hole. It's kind of like a keeper. And then you can just untwist this. Pull that out. I don't want to lose these, so I'm just putting them right back on the cable because we'll get this thing hooked back up again. Let's see if we can get this guy lifted up. Man. There it goes. All right. Okay, let's go up top, get that unhooked. Pretty happy with the result. We're just going to cut this off now. That loose. Man, I tell you, this kind of stuff is frustrating when it's hot out. Okay, Addison, bring me that grinder.
What?
Okay. Okay.
We're done. It's smoking.
We'll let that hang and cool. That does it. This one here, you can see there's not a lot of tension on this, so I'm just going to cut it because it's a very short cable. I don't know if it's 20 feet or something like that. Just an anchor cable. We'll get rid of it here. Ooh.
See you, Mom?
Let's get out of this weedy stuff.
tree. You can fall down now. Well, not right now. My ranger's down there. But later.